For the rest of my eye look, I have the Laura Geller Swipe and Line Instant Eye Perfecting Stick, and it also came with a mascara, so we're gonna try these. This has a cream eyeshadow on one side and an eyeliner on the other side. So here's the eyeliner. It's just your typical eyeliner. This is a green. I picked one that matches my hazel eyes. Here's the eyeshadow stick. And that's the color of the eyeshadow stick. We're just going to use the liner. Then I'm just going to smudge it out. I'm going to use this. This is the brow brush from Morphe. I like how precise it is. We're just going to use that to smudge out this liner. I guess I should say that you should be pretty quick with this freaking liner because it sets down instantly, which is pretty cool. Also, it doesn't give you much time to work with. There we go. And I did like a little smudgy wing, and we're not going to obsess over it because this is coming off later. That looks really pretty. So it did come with a mascara. I also have this one from Amuse. I think we're going to do the Laura Geller on one side, and then we'll try the Amuse on the other side, and then I think we'll just layer them. This is the Laura Geller second coat. This is the Laura Geller mascara. Get that off when it dries. My lashes are so straight, it's ridiculous. On the other side, we're gonna try the Amuse mascara. This is a metal long fix mascara. I love metal wand mascaras. I just feel like they lay down so much nicer on my tiny lashes. Then I'm gonna flip it so the comb faces up, and then I'm gonna comb the lashes up. Really gets in there and coats every single little bit. And let's do the lower lashes. This one might be a little bit more difficult to do the lower lashes. I'm gonna try using the comb. All right, and to make things fair, we will do a second coat of the Amuse. I think I like the Amuse side better. The lower lashes were much more difficult. I do kind of feel like it just depends on what you're going for. The lower lashes are way more prominent on this side. I also didn't curl anything just to give them a fair shake like equally. This one is way more dramatic. This one is a bit more coated. It really just depends on what kind of look that you're going for. Now we're gonna do blush. I have the Hailey's Beauty Reborn blush. This is in the shade Petal. I'm just gonna put a little on my cheek. Of course, I put some on my nose too. Cool. That's right. I'm going in with the Morphe M204. You can see most of my foundation has been kind of whisked away because of all of the crying, which is really annoying. The shade is really pretty. This is supposed to like blur. I really think that it's definitely doing that. It definitely blurred my cheek there. That's cool. And it's such a really nice natural color. Put like a little bit more here. A little bit more here. It's very thick and moussey. I do think that that helps with the blur. Look at that. That definitely blurred a ton of the texture on my cheek. I'm not going to bother with bronzer because I'm taking this off, like I said, but we're going to go in with the Made by Mitchell liquid highlighter in the shade Fairy Kitten from that set from Ulta. So pretty. This is so blindingly bright. I'm using my M282 liquid highlight brush. Although I do kind of feel like maybe this brush is not the right brush for this because I always have trouble with it. Maybe I'll just use my finger. I think finger. The brush picked up the stuff underneath it too. I feel very iridescent. We're gonna take this down a little bit. I have the new Ilia Soft Focus finishing powder. This is what she looks like. I have the light translucent shade, and it does come with a little puff, so I am gonna use that. Hopefully this will bring down a little bit of that craziness. This is not a setting powder, it's a finishing powder, so it's just gonna blur everything together. I do think if you're dry like me, you may be better off with a brush instead of this guy, because this is already hard panning the top of this. Can you see that? I would really suggest using a brush instead and not doing that with the highlighter. Just scrape this off. I'm trying to scrape off the little hard pan that started happening from this. Not completely off. If that happens to you, just take a piece of tape and put it on top of the product and then peel it off. It will take the hard pan off the top without taking it too much of your product if you don't want to scrape it with your fingernail to like get it off. I don't have a piece of tape on my bed, so I just use my fingernail and it came right off. I would suggest using something like this. This is the Morphe M166 powder brush. I would suggest using that instead, and you can see it just came right off. I love Ilia products. I think this looks really good. The mascara is starting to fall. The base is falling apart. I'm also not really trying because I'm laying in bed. This is bed rot makeup. That was the soft focus finishing powder. I've used it a couple of times and I do really like it. I'm gonna have to use it another time when I have more powders on my base so you guys can really see the big difference because it does make a really nice difference. Let me just move my camera. I have a shit ton of stuff for lips. This is the last little bit. Oh, I forgot. I did also buy one of these. I haven't had one of these in literally 10 years. This is the Skindinavia Bridal Setting Spray. That mister is definitely strong. It will totally soak you. Gonna like melt everything together. You can see that those bits that I was concerned about, totally gone. Let's do a ColorGram nude blur tint and then wipe it off so that I can put the holographic gloss on top. You know what I did forget? I forgot I also have a powder highlighter. Look at how pretty this is. This is from Flower Nose. I really love Flower Nose products. They are so gorgeous. I'm going to go in with a small powder brush. This is the Morphe M164. This is not specifically for highlight, but that's what I like to use it for. I'm going to put that on top, even though I just did the spray. And I already have that Made by Mitchell one. That is crazy. This one is just such a nice, soft, beautiful highlight color. Look at how diffused that is too. A little bit on my chin. You can really see it on my chin. And on the top of my nose, you can really see that chunk from the Made by Mitchell one. This one is one of my favorite highlighters. I already had this in my collection before. We're gonna go in with Bloody Plum from ColorGram. And then we're gonna put that holographic lip gloss on top. This is Bloody Plum. I would say that my lips are definitely looking more juicy with that Buxom Plump Shot. That's Bloody Plum. That is so pretty. This is also a tint, and I really love that you can't see my like chapped like lips when I wear this. Let me actually take this off so it's just the tint that's left. I only had that on for like a minute and it's already, the tint is already crazy. On top of the tint, I'm gonna put this Solar Lip Topper on. I have to go. We're going to my boyfriend's parents for Father's Day and I gotta take a shower and take all this stuff off. Look at that lip topper. That is so pretty. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Bed Rot Beauty. I am feeling very holographic. I'm going to go take a shower and take all this off since this is technically shower makeup today. I will see you guys on the next one because I still have more products to show you from TikTok shop that I got. These are so pretty. I love these eyeshadow sticks from Timeforia. Definitely check them out. They are so affordable. Pretty